Your destiny lies along a different path from mine. The Force will be with you, always.
George Lucas was once considered an unparalleled film genius. He then fell from grace and was demoted to merely an ideas man. The truth lies somewhere in between. George Lucas's talents were balanced out by flaws in other areas, and it was only by growing so large that the flaws became undeniably obvious that everyone took notice. But he also did more than have good ideas. When it was said that genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration, well, that describes to a T Lucas's approach. He was a man who was told that movies had to be made a certain way, and American Graffiti proved them wrong. He was a man who was told that science fiction films were a waste of time, and he made it the #1 film. He found that special effects were in decline, so he gathered people together to change the world of filmmaking. He saw that film itself was a crude medium, and so set in motion a transformation in how movies could be made. How many individuals, through decades of sheer determination, could contribute as much as he did to changing the way filmmaking happens? Not just having the idea, but throwing time and money and resources, and most importantly, one's own hard-fought reputation as a filmmaker, to seeing multiple ideas become not just reality, but the new norm, to take the revolution and make it mainstream. It's easy to have an idea, even a great idea, an idea that can change the world. Now go out and change the world. Lucas had ideas and acted upon them, and he overcame the obstacles that appeared before him to make them a reality. Was every idea good? Of course not. Sometimes his successes came with failure, and his failure came with their own successes. There were moments when he sold out, and there were moments when he stayed true to himself. And ironically, the former often saw him as a hero and the latter a villain. That they sometimes led to failure does not diminish what he accomplished or overshadow his virtues. Let us be honest, though. Lucas is not a man without flaws. The very things that made him a success also frequently led him down the wrong path, allowed obsession to cloud his judgment or blind him to the reality of what was going on around him. Insecurity and fear drove him to, intentionally or not, misrepresent himself and alter facts to fit his preferred history. It should be no surprise that a man who has so tampered with his signature films has likewise tampered with his own vision of himself and his past. And yet, having traveled through this long journey with him, and seen all that he has done and accomplished, how he has otherwise acquitted himself in that time, I believe, if you balance the scale of his humanity, all of the bad alongside all of the good, it's clear to see the latter dwarfs the former.